Lord, you have been blessed with the greatest of sons. But as a father of flesh and blood, have you ever wished for a daughter?
Yes, my friend, yes. And I see her in my dreams. And she is a celestial beauty of untold magnificence. If she was to enter this world, men from the far corners would cross oceans of stars and fling themselves at her feet. It was to be so that I sire the lords of worlds, for my heiress would command the hearts of all living men, and her ambitions would unravel the threads of our destiny. So forever she shall stay as an angelic form in my dreams.
That is wondrous, my lord. I have just received word that I shall be with daughter soon.
Is that so, Commander? Well, that is a blessing indeed.
It truly is. It truly is. However, I do not feel the joys of fatherhood at this moment, my lord. Instead, my heart is filled with dread and fear. And it is a selfish fear. I fear that I may never see her face. And I fear that she may never learn my name. Forgive my weakness, my lord.
Silence, Commander Vorn. There is nothing to forgive, and no shame in your tears. Many shall fall in the days to come, and if you are among them, your daughter will know your name, as will every living being in the inner realm. To that you have my word.
In the annals of history, the tales of unification are shrouded in mystery and uncertainty. Accounts of those tumultuous days have been passed down through generations, distorted by time and perverted by malicious hands. Among the forgotten heroes who fought alongside Paternus Rex stands the enigmatic figure of Commander Silas Vorn, a name nearly lost to the sands of time. It is whispered that Vorn joined the ranks of Paternus Rex in the early days of his conquest of Nethralis, pledging unwavering loyalty to the cause, though his origins remain clouded in speculation. Some claim he hailed from mixed Usamat and plebeian stock, his stature and physical inferiority marking him as an outsider among his peers. Yet what Vorn lacked in physicality, he more than compensated for with his cunning mind and mastery of mag flight. Rising swiftly through the ranks, Vorn soon found himself at the helm of the Theonic fleet, leading his forces with unmatched skill and ferocity. In every orbital skirmish and aerial assault, he cut a swath of destruction through the ranks of his enemies, his name becoming synonymous with victory and fear. But it was the final battle of unification, the Blitz of Niamara, that would seal Vorn's place in history. As the forces of opposition rallied for one last stand on the besieged planet, Vorn led the charge, his magfighter streaking through the chaos of battle like a vengeful comet. In the crucible of combat, he fought with a fierceness born of desperation, his every move a testament to his indomitable will and unyielding courage. In the waning days of their arduous campaign, the Theonic forces found themselves teetering on the brink of exhaustion, their morale waning as they grappled with the aftermath of their costly victory on the colossal planet of Galu and its myriad moons. Drained and depleted, they pinned their hopes on a swift blitz of the planet of Niamara, intending to unleash the full might of their nimble mag fighters before the Niamaran defenders could rally their forces. Unbeknownst to them, the cunning Galomani resistance had orchestrated their own demise. luring the Theonic forces into a trap to bleed them of their precious resources and lives. Meanwhile, on the fortress world of Niamara, the seasoned Usamat general Renwalt Urek prepared his defensive ambush, poised to repel the invaders with ruthless efficiency. Commander Vorn, ever the tactician, devised a daring plan to approach Niamara in a Reaper formation, a tactic designed to lure out the defending mag fighters and prepare the planet's orbital defenses. Yet the absence of the lumbering world crusher cast doubt on their chances of success. Despite their misgivings, intelligence suggested that Niamara lay vulnerable, its forces depleted and its defenses weakened by aid sent elsewhere. With no alternative but to press forward, Commander Vorn reluctantly gave the order to attack, his heart heavy with uncertainty. Yet as he and his squadron hurtled towards their target, it became painfully clear that they had walked into a trap, their hopes dashed by the cunning stratagem of their adversaries. Vorn's forces plotted to entice the enemy mag fighters into a deadly game of cat and mouse, luring them away while they made a daring dash for Nilcadia's heart, intent on raining destruction upon the city's vital missile silos. But the wily General Renwalt saw through Vorn's ruse, holding his own fleet in reserve and concealing a small contingent behind the veil of a nearby moon, poised to strike when the moment was ripe. With their hand forced, Vorn's squadron plunged headlong into the fray, hurtling towards Nilcadia with grim determination. Yet as they breached the atmosphere, they were met with a storm of anti-aircraft fire, the sky ablaze with deadly munitions, and lurking in the shadows, Renwalt's hidden squadrons pounced, ambushing the Theonic forces from behind, turning their retreat into a deadly gauntlet of fire and steel. Amidst the chaos of battle, explosions ripped through the ranks, friend and foe alike falling prey to the merciless onslaught. Thinking swiftly, Vorn issued a desperate command, ordering his men to shed their payloads and make a mad dash for speed. With Nilcadia's defenses preoccupied, they turned their fury upon the outlying settlements, unleashing devastation upon the unsuspecting populace. But Renwalt was not one to relent so easily, his suborbital warships descending upon the beleaguered mag fighters with relentless determination. Seeing their doom looming, Vorn made a bold gambit, rallying his forces to plunge into the depths of the ocean below. Mag fighters adept at maneuvering on air found themselves equally at home beneath the waves, their deadly coil guns unleashing a torrent of destruction upon their pursuers, turning the tides of battle in a watery grave. Furious at the audacity of Vorn's defiance, General Renwalt unleashed the full might of the Niamaran magfighter fleet, swarming into the skies from every corner of the planet, a relentless tide of steel and fury. But Vorn, ever the tactician, had a trick up his sleeve. With a sudden burst of speed and cunning, the remaining Theonic magfighters burst from the ocean depths, rocketing back into the heavens in a daring bid for escape. Yet their newfound freedom was short-lived, for the Niamaran forces were hot on their heels, hungry for vengeance. As they ascended into orbit, Vorn and his comrades found themselves ensnared in a deadly dance with a vastly superior enemy. With the Theonic World Crusher still light years away, they were hideously exposed, their backs against the void. But Vorn, undaunted, issued a command to retreat, sacrificing his own squadron to buy time for the impending arrival of reinforcements. With the bulk of his comrades fleeing for safety, Vorn and his elite pilots braced themselves for the inevitable onslaught. In the chaos of battle, Vorn and his warriors became a whirlwind of destruction, their mag fighters weaving through the throngs of enemies like avenging spirits, leaving a trail of devastation in their wake. But the odds were overwhelming, and one by one, Vorn's comrades fell in a blaze of glory, their sacrifice paving the way for their brethren's escape. Yet Vorn, the last man standing, refused to yield, fighting with a ferocity born of desperation and defiance. With his enemies closing in, Vorn executed a daring maneuver, luring his pursuers into a deadly trap before unleashing a cataclysmic explosion that engulfed them in fire and death. In the wake of his sacrifice, chaos reigned among the Neomaran ranks, their once mighty forces decimated in a matter of moments. As the Theonic World Crusher loomed over the horizon, its colossal form casting a shadow over the shattered landscape, Paternus Rex Ultima descended upon Neomara with his scions in tow, their arrival heralding a reign of brutal retribution. With no quarter given, they unleashed a savage onslaught upon the planet's inhabitants, their ether blades drinking deep of blood and despair. Whether it was a display of dominance or a brutal punishment for Vorn's demise, none could say. But one thing was certain: the age of endless slaughter had come to a blissfully grim finale. In the wake of triumph, Paternus Rex decreed the execution of all ruling Usamat families on Neomara. Contrary to tradition, he took Renwalt Yarrick's daughter as his wife, birthing Terathane Sigyard, who later married the daughter of the fallen hero Silas Vorn. Vorn's widow, lifted from the slums of Nathralus, found herself thrust into the opulent halls of a newly constructed palace in Nilcadia. From the ruins of the former capital emerged the Magflight Academy, a testament to the valor of Commander Silas Vorn. A towering statue of Vorn carved in stone and silver stood sentinel in the Academy gardens, a constant reminder of his legacy. Generations of pilots honed their skills under the banner of the Vorn Academy, mastering the tactics and maneuvers passed down from their legendary forebear. Among many, the Academy's elite bore the name Vorn as a mark of their lineage, a tradition enforced by Paternus Rex himself. Silas Vorn, though he fell in battle before seeing his daughter's face, became a mythic figure, revered by those who trained in his shadow. His daughter, raised beneath the watchful gaze of his statue, felt his presence in the winds that whispered through the corridors of power. Though the Academy has since fallen and the echoes have faded, Silas Vorn's descendants carry his legacy forward, blazing trails across the cosmos and standing as steadfast guardians against the encroaching darkness of the sinister Phasmacht. In their veins flows the blood of a hero, a beacon of hope in a universe fraught with peril.